stuff. We have 3D printing, we have 3D projections, 3D scanning, all of that goes in this lab. So there are a couple of reasons why we are organizing this hackathon. The number one reason is we wanted to bring in students from different domains who are interested in virtual reality and augmented reality together. That's the number one reason. The other one is we wanted to showcase what we do here at the Mixed Reality Lab. The third objective was to basically create a network that we can use through this event where we can partner up with other departments. Like we have people from computer science here, we have people from ed tech, we have people from engineering, we have people from design, graphic design, very diverse group of folks. So I hope you get to know each other throughout this process and create networking opportunities between these different domains. That's what we want to happen. The problem was given to you in your bags. The problem that you will be working on today was provided to you in your bags. So it basically revolves around retailing. And the problem, I'll just read it to you. To develop a solution using augmented reality or virtual reality, you can use either of those technologies to train individuals working at a retail store on retail basics such as identifying mistakes on shelves, like when you place a wrong item on a shelf, how would you identify using virtual reality or augmented reality, to find stuff that are out of stock, to figure out if something was stolen or not. Your pitch at the end of this process, it's a not a 48-hour process, but it's 2 days. At the end of the 2 days, on the 27th, you'll be presenting, you'll be pitching your idea to a panel of judges. So when you pitch your idea, you need to have a video that consists of, which is about 2 to 3 minutes long, right? It shouldn't be more than 3 minutes long. It should be around 2 to 3 minutes long, right? And also your verbal presentation techniques, all of that comes into play when the judges give the final judgment. There are some evaluation criteria given to you in your sheets as well. The use of technology, creativeness, innovativeness of the solution, marketability of the solution, user experience, technical merit, impact potential to the field, retail, the artwork that goes into the entire presentation. So all of that comes into the evaluation criteria of your final product. As a part of understanding how teams work, we'll be recording your process. So you were given a form of informed consent when you signed in today in the morning. I hope you signed that form and gave it back. We'll be recording when you're working on this particular problem, and if you're using our computers, the screens will be captured as well, just so that you know. So if you have any questions about that, you can contact me, or you can contact the IRB because it's IRB approved. We've got approval from the Institutional Review Board of Oklahoma State University. So if you have questions, you can either direct it to me, or you can direct it to the IRB. And those forms, they have that information provided to you. So your bags, it also included a small notepad and a pen, correct? So what I want you guys to do is when you brainstorm for ideas, jot that down using those notepads. And when you leave on the 27th, before you leave, after pitching and after awards are presented, before you leave, please submit those to us. We'll be out here, and if you can submit those to us before you leave, that would be really helpful to us. What we are basically trying to do is we're trying to understand how people work together in teams as well. So that's important for us. So that's all the time that I'm going to take from you. I'm going to introduce Andrew Couch. Mr. Couch, he comes from California, Orange County, California. He's the CEO of Candy Labs, and he has extensive experience in the field of augmented reality. He's been working, 12 years?
Since 17 with the military, and then 27 with civilian.
Yep. So he has extensive experience in the field of augmented reality. So he's going to talk to you about his experience and his company and some of the new ventures that he's embarking on. So I'll let Andrew take over and talk to you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Guys, thank you so much for having me here. I'll jump right in. I don't want to waste your time. Yeah, so right out of high school, wasn't smart enough to get in college. So I signed up for the military. Infantry, saw the video, saw this cool stuff. and it's what I did. Once I got to the military, I found out that it turns out I was kind of smart. I was really good with satellite encryption, ground sensors, working with the military grid reference system, in and out of closed networks, working with encryption protocols, standards, mil specs. For some reason, it just clicked with me. Then again, when someone's yelling and pushing you all day and taking away your sleep, you tend to do what you're told, right? You learn pretty quick. I took that knowledge. I advanced pretty quickly in the military with my ranking because of a specific product called FB-CV2 Blue Force Tracker. It's a location-based computer vision product Raytheon Northrop Grumman had developed out of the early 80s. And it went into use with the military grid reference system. That's 24 satellites that only the military controls, the U.S. military, it's the Air Force to be specific. Out of Yuma, Arizona, they have a little building there that manages these satellites. All of us, we all license these satellites to products like Google, MSN, Bing Maps, things like that. There's a bit of like a calculation on there, so that over distance it deviates. I'll teach you guys about that today, like why that's important when you do location-based apps. But take that context, fast forward to Pokemon Go, right? You got a bunch of engineers slapping together some code, turning on the camera. I mean, those in industry, we knew that they took an old HTML5 engine back to life, wrapped it, right? And they expect awesome native functions to happen. Like you can put an expensive code on, but if you're not an expensive person underneath, yeah, there's nothing good on the inside. So we kind of saw this market, and I remember how easy it was, computer vision was, when I would put on the headset, and I would kick in, I'll talk about Cypher stuff in a minute. That was the basics to get to computer vision. I would talk to aircraft, NATO aircraft, and I would say, hey, Whiskey Peak 11, this is 226, this is our position, strafe run from 15 miles out, and I would give like a compass heading. We had this machine called Milios, and you aim it at the target, and you would say, okay, well, we're at azimuth 226, so make sure you strafe run, 133 up to like 160, so it's, that way. What I did think was that you could parlay that knowledge into what's going on right now in this market. So I, not being a super bright guy, very passionate, very good at leadership, I took that and built a small team. Guys just like you right here in this room. In fact, we could probably build a team right here today. 5 years, probably be millionaires. You just need a good leader to need a good team. You need to stay focused. But I thought all of this, and I launched a product 8 years ago. I thought I had all this shit figured out. And after I sold my first company in 2010, license plate messaging company, I wanted to go all into AR. I knew that FB-CV2 product could be huge with you guys. Because as soon as all of you guys found out that Google AdWords was a model that belongs to web pages that was really popular back in the 90s, but nothing ever carried over with it when all of us went mobile in the Twitterverse, right? You saw this like janky slap-on AdWords type experiences, and Snapchat does this too. Evan does this too down there. Everyone's just slapping on experiences even when they're in AR. So I thought, all right, well, let's work on an AR plugin. I have this engine. A lot of people are just kind of like jumping in, but none of you guys had a reliable engine. And I thought, well, on one hand, half the market needs tech. On the other hand, the market's trying to figure out how to make money again. I'm gonna bring this full circle in a second to you guys. So I got about $7 million US, 8 years on this engine that we're about to put in the unit. You guys are getting access to this. The whole world does March 1st. It's the 4th engine in. And we were doing products for like Univision was our last company. That was so hard to work for them. Like it's one thing for you guys to theorize and make code in the room, put it in production, and then you can hold it. And you gotta hold the ground, right? You gotta hold steady, and you gotta make sure that things work. And I realized the bigger opportunity was to make a plugin. Long story short, Harley military experience, 8 years doing like one and done apps for marketers. I built a template. For those of you that know about templates, that's how we were able to price our apps out for 75K and make at least 10 grand profit, which is just enough to keep the lights on. That engine, API, and a CMS, that's what people are buying into. That template allows us to just work, who works with Photoshop in here, Illustrator. So you can make location-based augmented reality apps. As long as the product has a template on it, and the engine, API, CMS, it's properly documented and it works and it's hosted somewhere. So if you just want to get into, let's say, like augmented reality now, you don't have to go back 4 or 5 years in the past where all of us were out there fumbling around, trying not to burn up your phones. I'm confident some of us are the reason why those Samsung phones heated up. They're already janky, but I know it was one of us and no one's going to raise their hand and say it was them. We heated phones up too in the beginning because we didn't understand sensor fusion. You need crown handling and sensor smoothing algorithms for that. So you're not pinging up all those sensors inside the phone, heating them up. Running location services 24/7 every second, yeah, that'll do that. So we don't do that anymore. So we smooth that out. I'll teach you guys about that. If you want to know how to smooth out location services so you're not burning up your phone. And yet it still stays accurate. Augmented reality will let you do that. If you know how to use UI and UX properly, it looks like, right? And the math isn't close enough yet. So we started figuring these things out. Then we had like all these little tips and tricks. So we put it into this plugin and we went to go launch it in the Unity store. I called these guys up. They knew about us. They knew we were kind of like out there doing one and done campaigns. And then out of nowhere on my website, these guys call me up, Fluffer. Let's get him here. And Fluffer came to us and said, hey, what do you know about cryptocurrency? I'm like, you mean Bitcoin? They're like, yeah, what do you really know about it though? I'm like, it's this alt currency that's backed on an algorithm, blockchain, I believe. I haven't really had a chance to pay attention to it because I've been working on this AR thing for so long. And they're like, well, what if I get you $5 million cash in Ethereum? Because you're gonna file white papers with us. We know how to hustle the ICO. We already have relationships with the proper wallet companies. They've invested in cryptocurrency out of 2008, that these guys have come out of that group of people. And this, we have, what is it, like almost 300 coins now, I think, altcoins, or 180 that are legit, I think.
Yeah, that are legit, but
You guys-
others are in the thousands.
Yeah, so the legit altcoins. So you guys know, even that federal regulator that tried to stop Bitcoin back in 2008, he just launched his own coin. But everybody else with rigs, we're all doing pump and dumps, just pumping up the stock value, we're pumping up the coin value, and then we all sell off the next day, right? Oh, you're, yeah. So anyways, I learned about this whole crypto thing, and what I realized was it brought me right back to what I got promoted out of in the military. I started off as an RTO, a radio transmission operator, in Kosovo and Afghanistan. I was part of the Euro currency conversion in 1999. We would load up Euro currency in our Humvees, that FDCV2 product I told you about, and it clicked with me. Like maybe it's written for me to do this stuff while I'm down here on this planet. But so here I am, this 18-year-old kid, and we're taking money out of people's registers, opening up those old DVD players. You guys probably don't remember. Your mom and dads do though. I put the DVD in there. I'm 37. We'd show them this video, and they would either believe us or they wouldn't believe us. If they didn't believe us, they wouldn't get an exchange rate the same. Taking their old currencies, exchanging it for the Euro currency. They have to come to our base, Camp Bondsteel, and they'd have to exchange it for a lower rate later on. Because it wastes energy, doing that too many times. And so on one hand, I saw the Euro currency, everybody coming in thinking that the devil's taking over, Mark the Beast is coming in and taking over. I heard all types I had so much stuff thrown at me. Didn't get shot at because people were just really mad at us. They felt like we were forcing currency on them. They were helpless. Families were crying. I mean, it was sick. I mean, you got Serbians burning up Albanians like in front of their homes, and you got currency that doesn't even mean anything, worth anything to the next door neighbor. Because you got these guys stacked right next to each other. I mean, it was crazy. And this currency, we told them it's going to fix all that. It's going to make standard. Your 1 hour of work here is going to equal an hour of work over here in this podunk country. But your value is going to be the same, even though you're from a good country, like Germany. But maybe you're in Liechtenstein or in Luxembourg, which barely makes any money at all. They got, 10,000 people there? But now they're both doing work that's rated equal value. The euro let them do that. Now that entire region can compete at a global level financially. Okay, step one. But it's still cash, right? We're humans. We're not perfect. You can inflate cash. If we're in power in this room right here, and we're in charge of taking care of all of Oklahoma, we need to make the tough decisions. Yeah, guys, let's go ahead and burn an extra, let's add another dollar on. Let's just add another dollar on. Let's just get our people through. Let's get them good health care, get them good taxes, get them homes, their heat on in the wintertime. Let's just add another dollar. Well, that causes way more problems. Housing crisis 2008 on that end. So that's what is happening, right? We bleed ourselves into death. This blockchain came out of 2008. A bunch of people in this room, guys and gals, just like yourself, they had enough of it. They said, you know what, we got a better way. Why don't we make a money calculator? A money calculator where it's a fixed amount of money that goes out. Say, fixed amount. Now, there's only so much gold in the world. Let's do the same thing that these humans, these people are already doing right now, but yet let's use blockchain. Just think of a chain, like you would just think of a chain and it weaves in on itself. Data points, 4 data points, 4 data points. 2 data points overlap the other 2. So they move free, and they have to stay this way. All data, anything, all transactions, which is why they have triplicates now. Sender, receiver, computer. You got 3 open public tickets now for the world to see. You can't add another piece of Bitcoin to the market. It's impossible. It's mathematically impossible. You can't. It's a closed program once you release it. Now, take that. Replace cash, which we all know is just an accounting system. That's all cash is. Our government doesn't even own money. Did you know that? Our government does not own the currency that we use in this country. So it is a third-party group. They're accounted. They have regulation. Well, why can't we evolve money? You guys are evolving everything else in this world. Education. You guys are computer science. You guys are doing so much stuff, but we haven't done anything with money yet. And we're out here, launching aircraft on Mars. And we're down here trading cash dollars like savages. So 2008 was enough for most people out there in the civilized, knowledgeable technology world of things, and they got together and they made blockchain. And this dude, Satoshi, well, we think, someone came out of Asia, we think it's a made-up name, we think it could be real, we don't really know. But he developed this, he or she, something, developed an algorithm, no one really knows where it came from, but it's highly accurate. It's the most accurate thing I think anyone's ever seen before in digital. Put money on top of that. You can weaponize money sending anywhere around the world. No banks, no government, no credit card fees, no international fees, no, 3 days it'll hit your account. No, none of that. It's instant because you're sending data. You're moving data. Because it's encrypted on blockchain, you can't cheat it. All you can really do is what you guys are hearing in the media right now, which really, they're pumping up the Ripple coin, which is why they're giving the banks all, oh, maybe Ripple will fix it. But they know that when they inflate it that way, they know that they're doing damage. Because all the regular people, they put their credit cards and checking accounts in the Coinbase. And they're really the problem. That's really what's messing this up. Everyone else is out earning it off sweat equity, converting it to coin. Then as the new people come in behind sweat equity to coin, they don't want cash, they want coin because it's increasing its value. So now you're seeing this secondary money system being traded amongst these developers. I have some developers I can't pay cash to anymore, it's in their contract. They only want Ethereum, I gotta pay them to Coinbase. They don't want it because you can wake up in 2 days and you probably made an extra 80 bucks. You could lose 200, but then the next day you might have made 400, right? It just depends on what day you check it. But if you look at a month, it evens out. Okay, so right now the only way to get a Bitcoin is you guys, poor suckers, you gotta buy it. Or you gotta go mine it, right? This is the only two things. So a lot of us new people are getting into altcoins, alternative coins, like Ripple. Banks right now are using Ripple to do transaction-less, instant bank-to-bank transfers, say from like America to London, from a bank here to a bank there, instant, no fees, no government, nothing. It's clean, but because it's accountable with blockchain, both banks get 3 receipts on a currency that can't be inflated. So this model, I'm telling you, whether you guys do something or not, you guys are going to be, your bank's going to issue you in your mail one day. You guys can sit up here and not believe me. You're going to get something in the mail one day, and now your debit card's gone. And you know why? Because you already got your debit card in the mail with the chip at the end of it. We already went smart chip on you. What did you do? You just used it. You did what you're told. This is going to happen, but you guys are the young kids. You can actually influence some of this. So tie this back to augmented reality. We have a built-up market. It's about 8 years in. It's hard for newcomers to come in. These guys found and said, what if I told you that you can mine Bitcoins in augmented reality? What if I told you we can make a utility currency, anyone with an Android phone and a smartphone, because our engine is cross-platform all the way back to 2011 actually, on 2G network, 3G network on a 2G phone. 3G network on a 2-processor phone. We can do OpenGL and low latency delivery. That's all. Look, I'll prove it to you. You can't. That's why I've got pads. Anyways. So what's something new that can take things to the next level? I know you guys have your assignment today, and I'm going to get to covering some other stuff in just a second. But what I'm finding, guys, I've been all over China just this past year, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all the way down South America even. Gosh, I'm a little tired right now, but guys, all the way between London, all throughout Bonn, Germany. Everybody's taking AR, VR, and these crypto people are coming to them. Like, we're not going to them. But then, when these two companies come together, suddenly, lightning is happening. So like, I actually think your finance department should be working with your tech department right now. You guys should be making a crypto AR, VR solution. Because we can track product on shelves all day long, but it's still going to be some underpaid 16-year-old kid that's going to get called on a walkie-talkie to go out there and fix aisle 2's product that's a little off. I'm not knocking like your thing today, but what is moving the needle globally? It's peer-to-peer money moving without the banks and government knowing, but that in itself is an accounting system. How does the next level happen? You guys know how to work with Unity, right? What if you could catch a coin? What if you could go to Walmart and see you guys work with them and say, hey Walmart, this is what we're going to do for you out of this tech department. We're going to put this plugin in for you, and we're going to put beacons. We have beacons too. You put them on the end caps of all the aisles, and we turn it down beacon radius to maybe 2 feet. I'm the person, right? I'm going to Walmart, and I hear that they have this new, I can make cryptocurrency, or I can make money by just using the Walmart app. Here I am walking around the store, every time I get next to a beacon, well, we came up with this process, a lot of the megahertz from the beacon. For those of you that work with radio here, we have this graphical interface where this bubble gets big. As you get closer to the beacon, the bubble gets smaller as you get away from the beacon. Now there's no compass overlay, granted, because it's 3060, it's Omni. But when you close with a Fluffer coin pops up, you collect it, which has value based against Bitcoin or altcoin through Nimwallet, right? You get this coin and you're like, wow, brought to you by Colgate. You probably don't care about a message, but you got money in your wallet, you purge it out of your app to your Nim wallet. Well, from there, for those of you in crypto, it seems like you're the only one here that's onto that, you can exchange XCM to Bitcoin, put it in your checking account, or put it in your PayPal, or you get a Swift card, run off your Coinbase, and never get a checking account again in your whole life. Okay, now you're like, this guy's shady up front, but I'm trying to tell you something to get to the next step. Why is it we always have to deal on the losing end of banks getting hacked? We do. We pay that price. Why do we gotta keep paying that price? When all of us could be running mining rigs at home. At the end of your street, there could be a box with graphic cards in there, just running your commerce, this new Web 3.0. Now, because it's a decentralized system, how's a hacker gonna get into that? None of you here can tell me that you know people that can even do that, because there's way too many of them. It's like a rifle, and you got, well, I didn't get that route, but it's just too much coming at you. You'll never get all of it. And it only needs 2 machines to actually process transactions. But guys, there's hundreds of thousands of them right now. And you can make them and start making money, but these machines are what's running these transactions. But again, it's a built-up market. Here's how you guys can get in now. If you kind of get what's going on with crypto, AR, and VR, is look at plugins that have wallets. Now, we're the only ones with it now, but there'll be more soon. Just look for it in Unity. And I heard you guys did a deal before with another tech company that did you dirty, but here's the thing. You want to do deals with companies that have an exit plan into the platform you're already using. So like this product, AR Fuse, our engine, it has an exit plan to Unity. No harm, no foul. You guys already have Unity licenses. You're already building stuff in Unity right now. So, you know, for like 130 bucks a month, you get all that technology. Now, we married ourselves to the Fluffer utility coin. It doesn't really matter what the coin is, as long as it's backed by a better coin, which Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can run the math yourself on the coin. And what if you could say, hey, Walmart, here's how we're going to drive more people to your app that we know no one likes, but we're going to put beacons inside the stores at the end caps. They're going to find out their favorite brands just gave them Fluffer currency. We're now educating the general public. Typically, we all know the stats of Walmart shoppers. I don't have to say it here. We're bringing up a type of a society. We're educating them. They're getting Nim wallets. They're not getting TD and Ameritrade accounts. They're not investing on the stock market, but they might got a little Fluffer coin. They might have some Ethereum on them. They might have a little bit of Ripple on them because they learned from that app from Walmart that taught them something new. As Walmart is making money off of it. So anytime we can get multiple things to click through, I get the checks and you don't. Because my team's a pack of wolves. And we know that multiple levels like that means we get money and you're still out here figuring things out for yourself. I think you guys can figure this out because you've got teachers here that already know about AR and VR. Like you guys have faculty that's already in this industry. So I figure like if you guys like making money? Because I know you go to, you're the only one that raised your hand in this room. Wow. Okay, that's cool. You can work for us. Yeah. Guys, here's the thing. This world's changing. I didn't come here to motivate you. I came here to judge a competition. I wanted to tell you guys this stuff. Because it's how I changed my life. All of us. Well, I'm working with normal people like you guys, but guys, this crypto thing, add that to your projects, pitch that to Walmart. I guarantee you guys are going to get dumb money here at your school. I know that. So this plugin here works by GPS and beacon. You drop GPS points around the Walmart by the areas that do the most shopping at Walmart. You can drop, not coupons, just drop Fluffer coins and hey, see you soon. Like texting someone, something cool, not 50% off, buy one. Like, who cares about that anymore? Nobody, not us. That's why who has a Walmart app on their phone here? One person, and it's your biggest sponsor of your school. That's how much you guys give a shit. All right, you can give so much more now. Because now you're going to say, since you're the one that follows them, you know more than everyone else in the room, you should be the leader on this. Guys, here's how we're going to get Walmart to give us more money in our school and get more equipment. We're going to put them on this crypto. We're going to add a plug-in to their app, something they already have a user base behind. We're going to handle everything for them. I'm sure your school will crank out an SOW for you and an MSA for them. You can work with a for-profit company like us. I'd love to work with Walmart. We can go collectively do something like that together. You can do a business deal with for-profit companies, keep half the money, keep it for your school, for yourselves, for paychecks, however you want to do it. You can be hustling doing that right now. And I wanted to share that with you guys before I got into some step-by-step stuff. Again, thanks for letting me share that with you. I plan on sharing so much more over the next 2 days. And we're going to give all of you guys some cryptocurrency just for showing up today. The top 3 prizes, now that I told you guys what crypto is, you're going to do your research on this hopefully soon. And it looks looks like
Yeah, it like.
followed, I failed to do the most simplest of tasks. I am too excited to talk to you guys about this. Plugging in my, and of course I left my charger back at my hotel. Can someone go to fluffer.io and hand me their Apple computer? Just go to fluffer.io and I'll switch you. We can trade that after class. You have a password on that thing?
Yeah,
You want to go look it up?
yeah, I don't even know if that's like fully charged, but,
I'm going to show you guys Flutter. For right now, go to fluffer.io, F-L-U-F-F-R.io. For those of you that have a smartphone on you or a computer, I'm going to get another computer here so I can show you guys the website. But in the meantime, go to fluffer.io. I'll follow along with you on my own tab. Let's get you guys set up with a wallet, and it'll make more sense to keep talking. All right, so are you guys on the site? Do you see Fluffer? Oh, it's cool. Oh, one of the students has another computer. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're good. You know, hers is already. Oh, yeah, here. I'll use that. All right, but still go to fluffer.io. It doesn't mean you can't break.
yeah, this is one of those new ones.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, gotcha. All right, so you guys are going to go halfway down the page for those that are writing there on their mobile phones, and you're going to look for create a NIM wallet. Guys, I'm going to teach you what this wallet is. As soon as everyone lets me know that you got there, it's going to take a minute for this to load. But this wallet is what's going to hold your digital cash. All right, everyone on the fluffer.io website? All right, guys, it's going to take about 5 minutes. We're going to set up our wallets, and we'll continue on with the presentation because I want to make sure that they can see your code on the site. So we have a team back home. You're just going to start seeing money showing up in your NIM wallets once you go to the site. So scroll down to why that's still charging. All right, well, straight up, let's keep this easy. After any of them, tell them to go to the App Store. All right, so guys, how many iPhones here and Android phones do we have? Yeah, okay. Go to the App Store and put on NEM, App Store for Apple device, and head over to Google Play for your Android device. And you'll see a picture of what NIM looks like on the fluffer.io site. This is a wallet that everyone can use. It's a white label wallet, it has blockchain in it. They work with all these altcoin companies, but it's going to act as kind of like your bank account, if you will, for your cryptocurrency. A NIM wallet. It's called NIM Nano. NEM Nano.
NEM?
NEM, yeah. In fact, you can see the directions right on our Fluffer page. Or you can just go to the NIM website and download it straight from the website.
It looks like this. It looks like a shoe.
Yeah, that's right. You guys even hear about cryptocurrency before today? Yeah, so get NIM, so good. And just look up NIM Nano on your phones real quick. Yeah, it's going to look like this, guys. Your NIM Nano wallet will look like this, right here. It's this logo right here. It has like the shield, it's like orange, blue, and green. You'll tap on that, it looks like that. It's just a real simple thing. Yeah, maybe you could show what NIM is, yeah. And it's going to, guys, here's the thing. This whole account is based off of username, password, public key, now private key. Private key you want to print it and you want to put it in your safe at home in case you lose your app, because you lose your money. This is a transactional based platform. So cryptocurrency in itself, the reason why you can't cheat it, it doesn't store anywhere. So you can't come back around and say, oh, well, this was part of that volume over there. It's instantaneous. When I give you money, it's instant for me to you to me, it's instant, everywhere. So what NIM does is uses blockchain. It's one of the most reputable wallets out right now. It doesn't even matter if they're reputable or not. You have blockchain, it doesn't matter if they're bad. They have to play by the rules because that's how the algorithm works. Inside of NIM, you have what's called XEM coins. So these XEM coins are a coin that represents all altcoins that are a part of NEM. So this coin XEM is better valued against a Bitcoin. So if you guys want to launch your own coin, you'll launch it with your white papers through a NIM, right? Whatever coin you name, but it would be viewed as XEM when compared to a Bitcoin. Now you can add whatever business model you want to that, but that's how the game's played. when you send money from one person to the other person, it's either a QR code or you're going to do a public key. And I'm going to send it to you that way. I can text it to you, you can open it this way. And as soon as I send the money, it instantly goes from my wallet to your wallet based off a public key, my public key, your public key, and a transactional key, right, from blockchain. There's these 3 keys that are stored in blockchain, but no one ever knew I gave you 20 bucks. No one's gonna know you gave me 20 bucks because it just says number letters, gave money to number letters. You just see them flowing up. If you ever guys go to the site and you're mining, you'll see the transactions flowing up. It's just like public, transactional ID, and all 3 go together. And every bit of coin has a serial number behind it. Like the paper dollar has a serial number behind it right now. But imagine a byte, a bit of data has a serial number behind it. You can't inflate that, right? So that's what you guys are getting right now. You're getting decentralized alternative currency known as cryptocurrency, specifically a utility coin, which has just gone through its tokenization. They are, anyways, guys, so if you have the NIM wallet on your phone, create your account. Now, if you had a chance to go to Google Play or the Apple App Store, if you want cryptocurrency, you don't have to do this. If you want crypto, I'll give it to you for free. You don't have to pay for it. Create a username and a password. Should be really fast. And then just don't forget your password. And then you're going to get into this screen here that says your account. And now you've successfully set up your wallet. That's it. That's all you got to do. This whole thing is based off of like QR codes and transactional IDs. There is no bank. If your money gets stolen, it's gone. All right. So you don't walk around town with more money than you're willing to lose in your actual wallet, right? The actual wallet. Think of this as an actual wallet with cash, right? So you don't want to lose. And if you lose the app, just sign back in. But if someone takes your private key, well, I could just say, oh, give me all of your money because I would just put that private key in. Oh, I'm authorizing this transaction. It's not like a bank. Everything's based upon this key and a QR code. People have been trading money like this since 2008. Yep, they just click create. Yep. And then if you click on create, thank you. And if you could help me take charge of making sure anyone that wants cryptocurrency, you're going to get it. My friend here, sir, what was your name again? Thomas knows a lot about crypto. Cool. So he can help you set the rest of this wallet up. But at the top of the app, it'll just say to create. Right? You're just going to create your account. And when it says like scan QR code, it means you're about to pay someone. So think of the opposite. With money, you typically, the person that has the code should be receiving, you think. But in this case, we're pushing instead of pulling. That's the way this is set. So when you scan a QR code, the person scanning is the one giving the money. Because you decided to hit the code, you gave permission. So we're doing shortcuts. This whole thing is being weaponized. Commerce transactions and shortcuts. And using milpost protocols and encryption with mining, that's how no one can ever get between you and her exchanging your money. It's not the government, not the banks. No. It's completely encrypted. Like, guys, think about it. It's going to change our global economy. Imagine efficiencies. Did you guys know all the money lost from Saudi Arabia just to the U.S. is insane? Because you're owning the oil as you're moving it down the line. Hey, dude, pay me an extra $10 per barrel today. Yeah, whatever, I don't care. Here. We pay the price for that, not them. Blockchain won't let the logistics guys get away with that anymore. All transactions will be in triplicates, all the way down the line, all the way to us here in the U.S. Think of all the waste going on around the world. We're going to see a lot